What's going on, everybody? Let's talk about wire nuts and splicing wires together. Okay, got an assortment of wire nuts, split bolt connectors, terminal lugs, greaves connector. This is for swimming pools. Got large up to 500 MCM splice, mechanical splice. I've got the residential overhead service splice. When you want to tie in something live, you would use this device. You could unscrew this, stick in the aluminum cable that's coming from the utility. All right, yours goes in on one side, and then the home can go into the other side. And then you just muscle this thing down until it pops. This has got a built-in torque setting. This goes this way. If you muscle this down, you'll hear it click, and it's a one-time use, and it's done. But it's good if you're, uncomfortable with live wires, if you're doing something to your residential house and you want to bug it in. This is another one. When I first used these, I used to think, wow, that's energized, but it's not. So I just even confirmed it with my voltmeter. There's no conductivity. In the middle is these plastic channels. The goop you see in there is the conductive compound inside. And you can muscle down on these. It's a one-time use also, but you can open this one and redo it. You really can. Because it has these, it's just like a nut here. This you can't. This, once you muscle down, it'll actually break the screw. Crack, the screw will break inside and it's done. And it's really solid. On smaller scale, let's talk about some wire nuts. My favorite wire nuts are these two right here. Why? Because these have a skirt on them. See, they have that built-in skirt, so when you do your splice and you're compacting them back into a box, this will act to help prevent any type of conductor from being exposed. So I like that. This one has it also. That's got a skirt. You can see it's flexible. Now these are a premium. The tan twisters are really good. These are an ideal tan twister. These have a wide range of size. I think you can use these up to number 10 wire. You can, same with these, up to number 10 wire. That's a nice one. This is up to number 6 wire. So you could take, say, this wire right here, and you really can't spin these together mechanically, but you can put it in this wire nut, and then you can muscle it, and it ain't going anywhere. Great connection. I would never do this. It will pass inspection. First off, if it's outside, you don't want to use this one. You want to use one that has the silicone inside of it that will harden, and it will prevent any corrosion. So it'll be a real long-lasting connection. What I would do instead is use a split bolt like this. So let me cut the ends off this wire. You can see the heavy strands on that cable, right? And then what I can do is loosen up this nut, and you can see this little slider right here. So I would put one on one side and one on the other side. Push it all the way through. Right, you can go as far as you want, but something like that. And then you can just muscle down on this guy right here, right? So you can grab it with a pair of pliers here, put a pair of pliers there. This is what I would do. And then I would just tape it up, or I would leave it exposed if it was a ground. This is nice for a quick connect. This is like an XT60, but it's not. This is for luminaires. So if you're doing light fixtures, like fluorescent fixtures or LEDs now, and the code requires a disconnect, you can use one of these. These are just a quick plug-in. It shows black and white, so you have the same polarity. You see these in a lot of light fixtures. There's right. This is for up to number 12 wire. You can just push the wire right in, so you can have up to 4 wires in this, 2 wires in that. Let's say in your electric box, you're doing a rough electric, you could use this and actually crimp this as a ground. Where's my crimper? Right here's a crimper. You can use that little part right there on these linements, and you could crimp. Right? Let's crimp it down. You can do it that way. If you have smaller gauge wire, you could use these. Right? What you don't want to do is you don't want to put 2 wires inside of one of these. All right? It has to clearly say that this is rated for 2 wires, otherwise you will fail inspection. Definitely do not do this. Don't take this wire and mix aluminum and copper together. That's a no-no. That's an immediate fail. And again, you would need to put, let's say you were going to put, if this was rated for 2, and you were going to put 2 of these together, make sure it's got the paste on it. But that's an immediate fail. Normally, 1 terminal is 1 wire. Now, let's say you got a lot of wires that need to go together. A lot of larger scale conductor wire. So you can see this wire can pass right through, right? So if I just wanted to splice it, I could put it right there, right? Tighten it up. I can put this little cover back on when I'm done, right? That would snap in. This cover would go in here. And then I would put this one back on when I'm done, because it came with them. Right, and I would just have this wire sticking out, right? And then I could do more if I want more on this side, whatever I want. It's good for a trough. If you were, you know, have like a wire trough or a gutter, you would use something like that. But again, if you're going to use aluminum, you have to put the paste on it. So I think that covers what we got to talk about. Lugs,